dirty, dirty games of PETA India. And they are not alone. There is an entire ecosystem of these so-called environmentalists and PETA who will always do things which are against Indian interest. And I will today explain this to you comprehensively. Comprehensively, because, and I want you, one second. Oh, I want you to please share it with all your friends because I have seen how this started in Holi and Diwali in 2010, 11, 12, and how so many Indians, without realizing, get swept away by the agenda, propaganda they start. This could be the start. And I am talking to you at the start. So please like this video and share it with all your friends because I am going to give you certain facts. If you are joining for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. We need to set the narrative, legal, political, social, of things which are in interest of Bharat. Why has this attack started? Firstly, if you do not know the attack, it's a major attack. PETA has basically written to AMUL twice. I will show it to you. Once by its CEO, another time now, where they have asked that AMUL shift to vegan stuff. So do subscribe and join because we need to bust this agenda. It is not only PETA, it is environmentalists also. I will explain it all to you. These select environmentalists teaching India, which has always prayed to Ganga Ma, which has always prayed to Surya Dev about environment. Bloody nonsense. So, okay. This is the letter where they seem to talk in India's interest. That you shift to vegan. What is vegan? I will discuss with you. And they advise if you can't beat them, join them. As I told you, be it East India Company, be it Twitter, be it PETA, they always come to talk to Indians as if they are doing us a favor. We are people who have no culture or knowledge or wisdom, and they will come and tell us how this is to be done for our benefit. That's how they frame it. And that is why I said you need to educate your friends. So what they said is, if you can't beat them, join them. AMUL would benefit and profit from rising interest in vegan products. In fact, the demand for vegan is so high. Blah, 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 blah. Dustbin nonsense toilet paper of an article. And it is important because they will start off on this. What was the answer by R.S. Sodhi? He is the MD of AMUL. I will show you the answer. But before that, please understand. Dairy industry in India is one of the industries which is growing at a best rate. Best rate is almost 15% CAGR growth in India. It is a booming industry. And any industry which booms is always going to create trouble for others. In India in 1970s, first I will tell you about dairy industry because you need to understand why this agenda has started. Calmly understand this. India has been a leading producer of dairy products since 1998. India's market size has become the biggest. India's dairy reached a valuation of 10,527 billion rupees in 2019. They say India, this is reports. This is not me saying. This is reports, and this report says that India's dairy industry is worth 5.4 trillion rupees by value, having grown at 15% CAGR during 2010 to 2016. It is expected to maintain this growth. And then they say, we were milk deficient, producing only 20 million metric tons in 1970. 20 million. We have become the world's largest by producing 160 million metric tons, accounting for 18.5% of the global milk production. and by 2020 will be the largest in the world. So it is an industry growing at 15% CAGR. How many industries? Any one of you in businesses know 15% is the dream growth. The dream growth. No, it's not about AMUL only. The entire industry is in a dream growth. We need to improve it so that we export to the world. And this 15% growth is undigestible, unpalatable to so many anti India forces. So they will start these nonsense environmental concerns. And here, before I come to the AMUL MD, what a beautiful job. I have started, I don't know, MDs, Twitter India ko, the reply Indian government gave. India is doing good job now in answering these bump. But let me start first from another concern PETA did. Did you know Jallikattu? A centuries old tradition in South India, particularly Tamil Nadu. PETA challenged it in the Supreme Court. A foreign freaking based NGO with its Indian office freaking challenged it on the basis of cruelty to animals. And I was talking to some of my liberal friends, they started believing it. Yeah, it's very cruel, very cruel. Then you ask the question, I respect every religion's right to celebrate the festival in the manner they want to. But I said, those people who take care of Jallikattu, there is an entire business ecosystem built around it. They care for the entire from birth till growth of all animals in India. Even if you have camels, even if you have buffaloes, all of them, you take care of them. Has PETA ever spoken anything about potential cruelty if you slaughter goats to celebrate a festival? Have they ever spoken? I don't even want them to speak. If people want to celebrate, let them. But have you ever heard them talking about a vegan, that you can celebrate a vegan Eid? Have you ever heard them say that? One stray line, I don't know. But a global, concentrated campaign backed by their multi billion dollars. Have you ever heard them? No. Jallikattu, a sport in a particular region of India, they will talk about. But they will never do a campaign on veganism, on non slaughtering of goats, of saying alternative ways of celebration. You will never hear it. That's point one. Just pointing out the hypocrisy. And why I told you to share it with your friends, because I saw this happening with Diwali. I was on an NDTV debate when cracker ban had just started off. New recent cracker ban had come in India, and wake up Indians. I said there that, and I quoted some foreign universities because NDTV, they love foreign universities. I quoted liberal foreign universities. In fact, I don't think so. There are any conservative foreign industry universities left. I don't know about some Christian type colleges, but usually it's all these Ivy Leagues are very liberal. In fact, they're almost leftist. So I raised some studies which said how much of pollution is caused if you celebrate environmental impact of Christmas and those trees you use and these artificial trees you used, and study environmental impact. I again say everybody should celebrate their religion, but have you ever heard an environmental impact study of Christmas being spread, being propagated? You will not even hear about it. You will not even hear about it. The environmental impact studies of what is the, or have you ever heard a cracker ban for dare to, they dare to on 4th of July in US? You know how many crackers are burnt across 4th of July US? Or how many are burnt on New Year's from Australia to Europe to anywhere in the world? Hmm? Have you ever heard it? People, families go on beaches, go every place to hear it. What is 4th July? Arey bhai, 4th of July is US's, they celebrate their Independence Day. And with crackers and fireworks, have you heard it? In fact, some of the Bollywood people who had started speaking on cracker ban, they were exposed as celebrating with crackers in their marriages. You can name, you can name it. So I have a question. Does crackers in India, and I'll be very honest, I have no qualms about admitting it. This battle of crackers is 90% lost. In fact, it's lost. It started in 2011. You have never seen this cracker ban battle in US, in Europe, be it their Independence Day, be it their marriages, be it their Christmas. In India, they have effectively won because from school to anybody I talk to says no, 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 this harm, that harm, this harm, that harm. And in democracy, once public perception is made up, that battle is effectively lost. But ask yourself this question: do you want to lose other battles? You're holy. You're holy. I in childhood used to play like crazy. I used to love the festival. Play like crazy. They have called it God knows what environmental names. God knows what attacks on women. Most people play in their families and with their relatives. I hardly know people going randomly across, unless they some do, randomly across into strange unknown localities to play Holi. If you go strange unknown localities to do anything that is in any part of the world a dangerous activity. Most people play with family and friends. Which family member is going to do this? And there are laws against eve teasing. If you do it anything, holy or no holy, it's a strict crime. But they will brand it like that. In fact, one journalist even said such objectionable things are filled in the balloon. Do you remember that? What she said about what is filled in the balloon? As if she opened it and tested it. As if she opened it and tested it. But you don't understand that be it Diwali, they would have one reason to object to it. That is environment pollution. Holi, they would want you to play colorless Holi, waterless Holi, right? I'm coming to AMUL, but I have to tell you, that is why I said it's a detailed thing. I will explain to you how it works. Diwali reason is pollution. Major reason. There are other reasons also. Holi, the reason is what? Colors are bad for you, water is bad for you, or eve teasing, some other reason. Jallikattu, it is what? Cruelty to animals. 3. Dahi handi is what? It is a dangerous sport because people climb on top of each other, right? Almost every festival you can think of, and these are not hidden things. These are in public discussion now. In fact, as I said, Diwali, Dahi handi, some of them they have won. Holi, they haven't managed to. Jallikattu. So 4 festivals, all 4 they have objections with, and if you point out more festivals, I will tell you the more objections with them also. Beautiful point, Mr. MK. I was about to say that. They would never speak about Tomato Festival in 1 second. Tomato Festival in Spain. Have you seen that? Or they would never talk about matador fights happening across so many countries. All those matador fights. So that is the environment. They would never talk about the environmental impact of Christmas or Eid. But environmental impact of everything Hindu is to be discussed. Is to be discussed. I won't be very surprised if they come up with Lodi also, that Lodi burning of wood is this problem or that problem. It's not really coming to my side, but they let them hit the bigger ones in the sense of the number of people celebrating. Even Lodi is big, but they would come to that also. I won't be surprised. Do you think it is accident that one after the other, one after the other, one after the other, I'm sorry, sir. Rural India is taking care of our cultural heritage. I'm sorry, sir. You also have to take care of it. I also have to take care of it. Raksha Bandhan, what's the problem? I'll tell you, my dear friend. हाँ, रक्षा बंधन ना, आजा आजा, ये मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा. रक्षा बंधन पे किसी ने पूछा है ना, रक्षा बंधन की क्या प्रॉब्लम है? You tell me, okay? How many of you know the problems which have they started talking about in Raksha Bandhan? 10 marks to him. Tell me your question on Raksha Bandhan. Tell me what is the agenda that has started on Raksha Bandhan. I will answer this later. If you can answer it, great. If you can't answer it, great. I am not saying, see, if you eat non-veg, I have nothing against it. I'm just saying, have you done an environmental impact, or would you dare to? Yes, Karan Punjabi, you got it right. The feminist objection to Raksha Bandhan. The feminist objection. What they say is, it promotes patriarchy. It shows male-dominated world, that a woman needs the protection of her brother. It is to give women a second-class status. It is to show women are inferior. It is a means of domination of women. That is the agenda they will spread on Raksha Bandhan. They have already started. Maybe it has not become mass. But I did not tell you, na? People here commented it, right? People here commented it. I didn't tell you. That means some people have already heard the agenda. So you name the festival. Some, you know how agenda works. Some will be at this level, starting point. Some at this level. Some like Diwali at peak level. That's the only difference. And as they succeed with Diwali, Holi is also somewhere here. They will take Holi. Diwali will be over. Topic is over. Crackers ban on Diwali is a permanent thing now. Over. Then Holi. Then after Holi gets finished, Jallikattu is also up here. Then after Holi, thank God to the strong, brave people of Tamil Nadu who fought, and now it's gone to constitutional bench and a lot of things are happening. Then it is here. Then that will go. Then Raksha Bandhan. Then Lodi. Everything will come. Kuch chhodenge nahi, agenda hai. Now coming back to AMUL. It is the milk industry in India is becoming the world's number one. Farming sector is suffering. Dairy is broadly the same class of workers and same communities, different, basically the same, is growing at 15%. You are becoming the world leader. So what do? They become vegan. What was the AMUL MD's jawab? I will share. कहाँ जी सोडी साहब, इत्थे आ जाओ. हाँ जी. Oh, NDTV article. See, NDTV will, that is how it operates. NDTV will very strongly cover it, will very strongly talk about it, and the tilt of the language would be as if PETA is saying a very reasonable thing. RSOD. PETA wants AMUL to snatch livelihood of 100 million poor farmers. 100 million poor farmers. And hand over its all its resources. It should be, anyways. Hand over all resources built by the cooperative over 75 years with farmers' money. And to do what? Market genetically modified soya of rich MNCs at exorbitant prices, which average middle class can't afford. So what they want is take away the livelihood of 100 million farmers. All the resources, ecosystem, warehouses, everything, the entire ecosystem of the milk production cooperative becomes wasted and becomes redundant. And then you buy from the MNCs, which have this soya and these rich MNCs, and the price of it would be way more than a middle class can afford. See the game. From poor to middle class, they want to destroy everybody, and the money will transfer to rich corporates. Understand the agenda. I'm also have some talk on whether vegan is good or not good, but I'm not even bothered about it. Vegan milk, I'll just tell you, but I'm not bothered because it is an agenda. Even if vegan was equally good, vegan milk Even if it was equally good, it is still agenda. But if it's not even equally good, in fact, vegan milk cannot call itself milk in many locations in the world. It's not even classified as milk. It is made of some things, sometimes almond milk, sometimes soy milk, sometimes coconut milk, some mixtures. And this arbitrary 2 साल का फैड है, 4 साल का फैड है. They have lesser energy, lesser fats, lesser carbohydrates, lesser proteins, lesser vitamins, etc., etc. I'm not even getting into it. It's inferior. But even if it was not inferior, what is the agenda? That's the point. Understood? So see, and share this part with your friends. What I'm about to say right now. Share the video. Tell them to understand this part. Diwali, the objection is pollution, and all of you believe it now, without any study saying what is the contribution of Diwali versus vehicular pollution versus crop burning, etc. in India. A. B. If firecrackers in Diwali are so bad, why are we not having campaigns on 4th of July US celebrations, which probably end up bursting way more crackers than India does? Somebody can, some of them in comment, study it and tell me how much is burnt on 4th of July. How much is burnt on New Year's across the world? Have you heard any studies on that? Third, these Indian celebrities who were speaking on it, and later on you saw them doing what? Bursting crackers on their marriages. But this is an effectively lost battle, because even in you, 80% or 70% of you believe it's bad without any deep study about it. I'm saying it on your face. But 80% of you would also believe it. And I don't have the energy to keep wasting my time on that topic. So leave Diwali. Let's come to something else. Holi. Objection on Holi? Eve teasing. Do colorless Holi. Do this, do that. Everybody plays in family or friends. And if Eve teasing happens, it's an offense, which can happen without Holi also and is an offense. And some journalists even said gubaras are filled with what? And you know. And it was completely fake. Third, come to Jallikattu, cruelty to animal. But when it comes to sacrificing goats, they would never say it's cruelty or run a sustained big campaign. Some stray line hidden somewhere, they might have said. A sustained global campaign, they will not, even though it's a global thing. Their hypocrisy. They will not do a study on the impact of trees and Christmas, etc., etc., or run a campaign on it. Sustainable, visible, big one. And then one of you asked Raksha Bandhan. I asked you, tell me what is the problem with Raksha Bandhan. And you, without my saying it, knew. They say it's showing women as a weaker sex. It is promoting male dominance, etc., etc. They are coming for every festival. They are coming for every industry. Point is, you have to be aware. You have to fight. You have to save your industry. And dairy industry is one of the fastest growing industries in India. I'm not even talking about actress. One actress said she had asthma and was seen smoking cigarettes, right? If I'm not wrong. So forget that. It is all, that's what I'm saying. Some of them are wanting to gain approval of the Western world where they have to operate. Some of them are genuinely not done deep study. Once a movement becomes big, you do not know who is having an inferiority complex, who is being selfish and trying to gain benefit in the audience in which they have to operate, this upper elite, and who has generally become fooled by a big growing movement. You don't know once it becomes big. Oh, everybody, it's like Bheti Ganga mein sab beh jate hain. They don't even understand it because they don't do a deep think on it. That is why I made this video, to explain all this to you. So please, if 5 years, 3 years down the line, you hear nonsense of how vegan milk is better than normal milk or AMUL milk, haath jod ke bhaiya, please don't teach it in schools or teach it to your kids or to your youngsters. Be aware from right now. That is the whole purpose of why I'm talking to you. and giving you 4 or 5 examples on your culture, on your festivals, and now it's a booming sector of your economy. You're becoming the world's biggest producer. Please don't mess it up by stupid agenda and PR without realizing the facts. That's all I had to say. Thank you.